My name's Natalia Morris, and I'm the senior transitions teacher at Grass Lake High School. And in the last 2 weeks, it's been my pleasure to work with Orbitform in Jackson, Michigan, and our team Orbitform over here. And they'll begin by introducing themselves.
Hello and welcome. My name is Gabby Brandonicio, and I go to Concord High School.
Hi, I'm Scott Hammond, and I go to Napoleon High School.
I'm Sierra Schultz, and I go to Northwest High School.
And I'm Daniel Mikovits, and I also go to Concord High School. Now, before we get started, we'd like to thank Natalia Morris, our lead teacher, and John Price with Orbitform for all their help and support over the past 2 weeks. We'd also like to thank Bob Tebow for overseeing everything and making sure it ran smoothly. Now, 2 weeks ago, we were given a problem by Phil Sponsler, the president of Orbitform. He told us that manufacturing companies are currently struggling to find competent and capable employees to hire in order to add value to their businesses. So after we did a little bit of research, we formulated our driving question, which we decided would be figuring out just how to inform students about all the opportunities, options, and programs available to them in manufacturing. Because with this information, they'll be able to make a more well-informed decision on just what they want to do when they get out of high school.
At the beginning of last week, we started and we really didn't know much about manufacturing at all. So we took a tour of Orbitform with John Price, and he helped us realize all the different options in manufacturing. So then we wanted to further our knowledge. So we went to these different companies / organizations, and they helped us further our research. Through our research, we found out that with more job opportunities, there's more education.
First, you have your high school diploma. A high school diploma can lead to entry-level jobs with high starting salaries. However, if you get a certificate, it can increase your wages significantly. One way that you can get a certificate is through the Jackson Area Career Center. And another way is through the Jack 3 program. The Jack 3 program is a 3-year program that allows you to not only get your high school diploma and certificate, but also an associate's degree, and you get a job while getting paid. And these programs are all free and available to you in the Tri-County area.
Speaking of an associate's degree, we learned of a couple other ways to get one. You could go to a community college and pay around $10,000 to $30,000, and then go into a manufacturing company and work on the floor as a technician or in the office as an accountant. But we also learned of one other way that we could learn to get an associate's degree. Similar to the Jack 3 program, there's the Michigan Advanced Technician Training Program, or MAT Squared. MAT Squared is like an apprenticeship, but it alternates class time with work experience. It takes 3 years to complete, and it gives you a job where you get paid. And for the courses that you can take, you can train to be an IT technician, a CNC manufacturing technician, or a mechatronics technician. So getting an associate's degree isn't too costly, and it can be very beneficial.
You can go with that option, or you can look at this option, a journeyman's card. A journeyman is the master of a certain skill or trade that they were trained in. I'll be honest, before this I had never heard of a journeyman's card, and but my grandpa had one. He was a tool and die maker journeyman. To start as a journeyman, you start out as an apprentice. The apprenticeship lasts 4 years, 8,000 hours, 2,000 hours a year. But with that, you'll have to be taking classes at night, and in most cases, the company that you work for will pay for the classes. And because of the amount of time it takes and the education you get from it, many people consider it very similar to a bachelor's degree.
So then you have this, your bachelor's degree. Generally speaking, a bachelor's degree takes 4 years to complete and costs between $80,000 and $90,000. And in terms of manufacturing, it tends to lead to your engineering type jobs along with some of your higher end office jobs. And students these days like to think that this year bachelor's degree or an associate's degree is the best option for them. But as we learned in the last couple of weeks, there are so many different pathways you can take in manufacturing where you can further your education, get a good job, and still have room to grow. But lots of students don't even know these pathways exist.
So, we learned a lot about manufacturing through our research. We learned that there are a lot of opportunities, that the jobs are in high demand, and that they pay more than the living wage. But then we questioned, why aren't students getting all this information? We as students were never provided with this information. So we came up with some helpful strategies to inform other students and connect the community. One of our strategies was to properly inform teachers. We contacted the College and Career Access Center, and they said they would support working with the Jackson County ISD to train career prep teachers across Jackson County and other counties and train them about manufacturing to inform other students.
Another strategy is having companies come together to inform students. Manufacturing companies, they make videos, but they only post them to their websites. So if people don't know about these companies, they're never going to see the videos. As Bob Rail, the executive director and senior vice president of Orbitform said, no single manufacturer or even JAMA can solve this on their own. Companies should come together and go to high schools and educate students on what manufacturing really is.
So one of our favorite strategies that we came up with was the idea to film a video that we could then send to schools in order to inform students about the many careers available for them in manufacturing. So this kind of gave us a mini challenge inside of our bigger one because we wanted to make this video. So after lots of trial and error, where we learned that, yes, you do have to turn the microphone on before you can use it, we were actually able to make this video and kind of hit on the main points of just why manufacturers are searching so hard for new employees. So without further ado, we would like to show you that video. There's a career for you in manufacturing.
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 There's a wide variety of careers available when working at a manufacturing company.
Well, here at Orbitform we have a few different avenues people can work. We have in our machine build area we have machine builders, so they're basically mechanical, and we also have machine build electricians.
Got people in HR, accounting, sales, marketing. So there's a lot of jobs that, you know, it's good if you do have some mechanical abilities, but there's a lot of jobs that don't require any mechanical abilities.
Manufacturing careers are also currently in high demand.
There's tremendous opportunities to get into places because there is a shortage of good workers in Michigan right now.
The biggest challenge is finding skilled workers. So if we find an employee or somebody that is hardworking, we will invest in them and train them.
There's a lot of industries in Jackson that need mechanical engineers, so.
Most everybody I've talked to, customers, other companies in the community, you know, other people I know from different areas, they're all in a shortage in terms of skilled employees, engineers, machinists, any sort of skilled trades. There's a large demand right now.
In addition, manufacturing careers also have lots of room to grow and provide opportunities for large salaries.
There's a lot of different alternate routes these days. We have people that have hired in at Orbitform, and we're paying for their apprenticeship to get their Journeyman's card. And also that we do some college funding for people that we want to invest in for their future growth and value-adding processes.
Our employees make a very good living. They may start out in, you know, making $25,000 to $30,000, but that goes on up.
As you can see, manufacturing is very diverse with many opportunities. Companies are searching for motivated workers and are willing to pay well to hire them. So, there's a career for you in manufacturing.
Now, this strategy appealed to us for a few main reasons. One, the cost-benefit analysis is phenomenal since it's free, or at least it doesn't cost anything more than the communication it takes to send the video out to all the different schools. And speaking of that, we actually have it set up this upcoming school year to send our video to Grass Lake High School, where Scott, Sierra, Gabby, and I will be presenting our video to their senior transition and freshman exploration classes. So as you can see, this video is a great strategy to inform students that might not have previously known that much about manufacturing.
Now, in conclusion, you can see we found out a lot of information about the different organizations and programs that are available through manufacturing. But through all these programs, it's just not reaching the students. I mean, we know firsthand. I don't think many of us knew much about manufacturing before this. So we want to challenge you guys to make it your responsibility as a community to spread the word about manufacturing, because it takes a community to make a business. So we're going to be giving the video, a flash drive of the video, to every one of our judges. And you can find our video on YouTube under Organizations and Manufacturing. Now, so we challenge you. Thank you.
I'm an HR manager in a manufacturing environment, and so I can relate very well to the issue that you were tackling. We've done some work in Lenawee County with getting information into the schools, and you need to talk to the seniors, but you need to talk to the kids a lot younger than that too, and get them thinking in terms of manufacturing and what is available to them. We have a saying in the manufacturing world that it's not your grandfather's working place anymore. Manufacturing environment is not dirty like it used to be. The pictures that you had of Orbitform are a very good example of that. So thank you for the work that you've done, and take this video and get it out there.
Thank you.
Our first group shared that after they learned about being a chemist, that being a chemist is interesting. What did the four of you learn for you, if anything, that will help you with your career path?
Well, personally, I know that before this, I was looking kind of into a career as as an aerospace engineer, because I've been on all these college visits, and it seems like all of the manufacturing type programs, they're the ones with all the internships, and that kind of appeals to me because that's hands-on learning while you're still furthering like your education in college. So this kind of reinforced that fact for me, that I think that would be a good thing to go into.
For me, it's just kind of like a new experience as well, because I never really thought about manufacturing at all, really, and just kind of being open to see that there's not just floor jobs, there's more than that, and it just taught me to be more open with what I want to do rather than just have my mind set on one thing.
For me, I want to be an accountant, and so it showed me that even manufacturing places need accountants.
Well, I personally have been having a raging battle back and forth about becoming a dentist or going to be an engineer. So this is really push for an engineer.